Well, for the last couple of weeks, it's been so good having my family here, not just because of the free labor. I do love free labor. I'll never turn that down. But to spend time with them, to show them our vision here, to walk around the terraces. We've been taking them out to our favorite restaurants, our favorite cities around this area, going on hikes. And today is our last day of work with them, and we're going to be pushing really hard, welding up a hand railing so that no one falls down the stairs.
It's very important.
Yeah, and hopefully I learned through that process because I have a large hand railing to weld around the terrace after that, and I've never welded anything in my life.
I have faith in you. You're going to do it.
Thanks.
And then after that, we are going to head out and take them to Rome and Venice, which I'm so excited about.
Yep, I'm going to put the post on and level it.
Okay.
And then, but just watch over there that we're not getting junk on the floor.
You like my hat?
This is not very...
Guys, can I walk to my room? Please?
Yep, go ahead.
I want to see the light.
Open your eyes.
Good.
Can you show me without a mask the motion you're talking about?
Yeah, so I'm doing, on the board, I'm doing small circles.
Okay. So you're going back over.
Right, and I'm not touching the metal with the shielding cup.
Yeah.
I'm pulling it a little bit away.
Yep.
And going around, but it's getting a really good weld right now.
Yeah, that's good.
So
There's
that's a
lot of
little
flex
loose.
to that.
It's loose inside.
Yeah.
All right, so then let's get our cutter. Now that we know we're there, we're going to cut this off, swing it back in place, and weld that. Yeah, that'll be close. Right there.
You want to check the level?
Got the old spot right
That's
on.
true.
It should be fairly close. But
Yeah,
they
yeah.
were both cut.
Close enough.
Now I'm back there, much better. So it pushes the puddle up as your vertical or overhead weldings are your worst stuff to do.
Okay.
And then over here, that's the only bad drop back of this thing, is that the cord is so low. All right, so let me tack this one in place. Can I have that?
Do you want the magnetic clamps?
If you can sight this way, so it's vertical left this way, back and
A
forth.
little bit back towards the wall.
And because these are both super big, super thick pieces,
It'll take a minute for it to get settled again.
put it in here.
Slowly, the thick stuff.
Yeah, on the thick stuff. By the way, on these, out is off. So if you come counterclockwise, it's opposite. And it's got a thing on there.
So is there any reason to turn it off between 5 minutes of break?
Just in case it's leaking a little bit.
Okay.
Let's grab a tape measure.
Save money, that's the thought.
Behind you on the ledge, can you hand me that tape measure? Yeah, you're just saving time and money, and well, money on the gas. So, somewhere in there.
Ever so slightly bigger.
Yeah.
Boom!
What'd it do?
Just battery.
Oh, there's fully charged ones in both. Let's try make sure we've got the right height.
Yeah, I need that. It's so fast. I tried. That's good if you want to like it to completely. That's good.
Almost getting where they should be. We don't want to. And you're sure it's not hurting anything with the sparks.
How's it going?
Oh, wait. It's going really good.
Oh my
I think the
goodness.
design is perfect. I'm getting a crash course in welding. I have never welded before, so this is my chance to watch, learn, ask questions, because I have to weld all of the outside barriers. So we're leaving all the important stuff to my dad, and it gives me a chance to learn and practice, and out there, it's up to me.
A lot of times you'll get your tip filthy because you're trying to push into the puddle too close.
Okay.
So you can stay back. You know, if you stay back like right to there,
Sure.
that's plenty. If you push in too tight, it's
make a
gonna
mess.
Yeah. make a mess of the tip.
Okay.
So just keep it back a little bit, not too far back,
Yeah.
because then you're not getting your shielding gas. Because
Sure.
you got that gas that comes out of that nozzle that shields the metal and makes a nice clean finish on it. So keep it about 1/4 inch away,
Okay.
you know, or less. But if you push it right in where you're rubbing,
Yeah.
you're gonna end up filling the tip up with junk.
Sure. What do you think?
Oh my goodness! Wow!
It's coming together really fast. I thought it would take a lot
Oh
longer.
my goodness! That looks so
But-
much better than I even pictured in my mind.
Design-wise, it's perfect.
It's perfect.
And then we'll trim this off and put the caps on.
Yeah, that'll be beautiful. Oh my goodness, I love it so much.
And then the children won't fall down anymore.
Yay.
Anymore.
anymore.
It's only been 5 or 6
Just
times.
a few
It's
just
times.
twice.
No,
Just
never.
twice.
They've never
Yeah.
fallen down.
We've
been very careful, but- You can sleep a little sounder at night, not worrying.
Alright, so go ahead and take that off.
Yep.
That's still gonna have to. It's just, I gotta get used to where I am. Because this one I've got, you know, pounded in here. That one,
You just go by sight, or
I'm going by sight because like this one worked good. That top one, you can see there's quite a bow right in the middle.
Yep.
And then even, see how that bow is in the middle? So that's what we've got to do. We got to stick one in here where I've got it forced down and get it up. And then make sure it's level.
and then the rest of it easy.
Right. And then the rest of them, it's got to go even more.
Yep.
All right.
Surely that'll fit.
Who knows?
The other side's fine.
Well, that's better. All right, then we'll have to push one in here.
Cool.
It's not bad. Yeah, and that bottom doesn't really fit in. So you can see which sides. You got to do this side and this side.
Sorry. So left and right of the stairs.
Yeah. Alright, so this one, take this heel off.
Okay.
The angle is not steep enough.
So we're about ready to head out for the next week to travel with my parents, which means a lot of staying in hotels and Airbnbs and using a lot of public Wi-Fi. But the way we keep ourselves safe online is by using NordVPN, the sponsor of today's video. Using NordVPN, you can become safer with a single click while browsing online. But not only that, you can unlock other opportunities by using a VPN, but more about that later. A VPN stands for a virtual private network, which basically gives you a layer of encryption to protect yourself while browsing online. Plus, with NordVPN, they offer Threat Protection Pro to keep yourself safe from phishing, scams, and malware. But the really fun part is that NordVPN allows you to change your virtual geographical location while browsing online, which can unlock your favorite content while traveling or at home. So for example, if Netflix recently removed your favorite TV show, you could change your geographical location to another country in order to get that content back. This alone makes NordVPN worth it. And you can do all of this with one of the fastest VPN providers on the market. Right now, if you use our unique link, you can get 4 extra months on a 2-year plan by going to nordvpn.com/voyagers. It's completely risk-free as they offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Go ahead, check out the link, and thank you so much to NordVPN for sponsoring today's video.
Bottom right is okay. You want to do them just both inside so they're even? No, just use the one because I'm going to be holding it here. I just got us close to our. Put this up. That close to our line. Right there. And the steps was falling apart.
Do you want me to hold that?
Yeah, but somehow. Yeah, got it. Nothing.
Too far away.
Nah.
Pot filler.
Jackie. Little Jackie. Little Jackie on this side. Alright, right in here somewhere. And you should be really close to hitting there. Probably it could be hitting that front edge because the wall tips a little bit.
Yeah. Alright, so I'm expecting it to be quite a few months before we can get our proper countertops in here, so in the meantime, I went and picked up these large tile pieces, enough to do the whole kitchen with just 35 euros, which I was really surprised by considering the quality. It also gives us a good chance to live with this color and texture, because this is what I think I want to go after for the real countertops that we put in. But for now, the plywood obviously is nice for holding things, but if it gets wet or you're cleaning things up, it just gets nasty really fast. So I'm gonna put down this tile to make sure that we can sanitize the kitchen, because like I said, I think it's gonna be quite a few months before we can get the real versions. I'm just gonna seal this down with just a bit of caulk, or not caulk, silicone. That way I can pull them up in the future pretty easily. And we're not ruining the plywood or anything. We can just sand that down and reuse it for another project somewhere else. Could you come help me? So grab it on the other side as it comes through. You're just gonna want to support it. Don't move it one direction or another. I'll be the one pushing it through. You're just cradling. That's not gonna work. Whoops, I'm gonna have to cut it by hand. No. All that, and I had my measurement off by a long shot. Ugh, need more coffee. Obviously, I'm being quite lazy in how I cut this out because it is only temporary, mostly just concerned with having a simple surface to sanitize, so it doesn't have to be too terribly pretty, and I should have popped that faucet off, but it's such a pain to get off and on. I don't want to have to do it again until it's time to put the real faucet in over top of the permanent countertop. Alright, so tell us what you think.
Oh my goodness, I love it. I cannot believe that this is how far we've gotten. I mean, I was really thrilled with my other temporary kitchen.
This is a more permanent temporary kitchen.
It's a more permanent, but still temporary kitchen. The only thing that I really would love to have is some shelves in my cabinets, but that'll come soon.
Next week.
Yeah, and then, man, so everything's just kind of shoved in and not very well organized, but this is amazing. I'm so thrilled.
Long term, we're going to have a large range hood up above the stove, as well as floating shelves either side of those cabinets. And then we're going to play around with some walnut / painted cabinets. Yeah. Still working on the final design.
Yeah, it's going to be beautiful though.
I do think that this white marble with just a little bit of marble veins in it is the way to go, but I don't even know where to buy countertops yet, so we'll have to see what we can come up with. But there are a few challenges in this kitchen. Number one, the multiple times that we've all been getting electrocuted in this kitchen.
So the rule is, if you're going to touch any appliance, you have to wear your shoes and these rubber oven mitts.
The two main culprits are the stove, the dishwasher, and also the fridge. Well, really anything that's plugged in. There's something wrong with the ground in this room here. The other night we were doing stirring pasta with a metal spoon. We both got zapped so bad.
That hurt really bad through the water. That was the first time I had it on the stove. The dishwasher was the first one. Chloe actually touched it and was like, "Whoa, what was that?" And it hurt her, and we were like, "I don't know. What do you mean?" And then I got zapped, and so I was like, "Okay. We've got a problem here." And then Brady's dad got zapped on the oven, and then we had that pasta incident, so.
Obviously, we're going to take care of that. The electrician is aware. Obviously, it's some kind of grounding issue in this room. It doesn't seem to happen anywhere else, but it's a problem. There's been at least 20 small electrocutions so far. So we cheated. We meant to film the travel with my parents. We probably should have, just for the memories of it, but I just wanted to be present and enjoy that time with them, and we did capture things on our cell phone just to remember, but yeah, it was a good trip.
It was really nice.
It was cool. Venice has been a huge bucket list city for my mom for a very, very long time, and when I was young, I think maybe like 9 or 10, we were in Slovenia for a conference as a family, because at the time we were living in Ukraine, and that's a whole nother story for another day. But we were a couple of hours drive away from Venice, and it was the city that she really, really wanted to go to. And I remember as kids, we all voted that we had seen enough churches, and we were tired of seeing churches, and we don't want to go to Venice. So I told my mom that this is me repaying my debt as a child. And when I recalled that story, she told me that it wasn't Venice, it was Vienna, but it doesn't matter, it's close enough.
That's funny.
My debt is still paid.
It was super cool to see the girls at this age being able to interact with the history and things like that as well. When we were in Rome, it was really cool. We went to the Vatican City and walked around, which was amazing. And
Did a
see
tour
the
of the
girls.
museum,
Yeah, we did a tour of this museum.
which is exhausting.
It's a very long experience, but it was so special. And Alexa's just finished reading Percy Jackson, which, if you know anything about that, it has something to do with Greek mythology. There's a lot of Greek mythology in it, and so to see her super interested in
They're
all
both
of the
fascinated with the history.
the Roman counterparts and things like that. There were some Greek mythology statues and things there that was really, really cool. So that was fun to see them get excited about that. The girls and Brady's mom loves that kind of stuff too. So it was really, really cool to like see them bonding over that together.
For me, Venice is always the best. It's it's one of those cities that you would think would be overrated because of so much tourism. It's not overrated if you know how to do it.
Yeah, we've done Venice several times, so we kind of do the same things every time we go there because we found what works and what is really good. So we took a boat out to Murano and did some glass blowing.
Which my dad
we didn't do the glass blowing.
Yeah,
we watched someone do the glass blowing.
My dad loves old glass beads, and he found a guy that was collecting them, and he really wanted to buy some. When it turns out you can't buy them. There's so few of these specific glass beads that they're only in private collections, and he found someone who was willing to sell them from his private collection, which was so special for my dad. So to be a part of that experience was really cool.
One of my favorite things that happened was we did a gondola ride, and it was really nice, beautiful evening, and then all of a sudden it started pouring. So we got soaked on the gondola, but it was so fun, and it made it even extra special, I think. And Brady's mom and dad were on a separate gondola than us because we can't all fit on one.
Oh, and it's their 40th wedding anniversary.
Yes.
So what a way to spend that.
Really special. And their gondola driver, I don't know what they're called, gondolier or something. Their gondola driver like hid them under a bridge, so they actually didn't get all wet. They were like protected from the rain. It was very romantic for them. We were just out in the middle of the thing with the rain, but the girls loved it, Chloe in particular.
But just as a wrap up for the time that we've had with them, it's been so special to me to see everyone working together in this house, see the kids get involved, watching them assemble all of the tools with Grandpa, seeing Grandpa teach them new skills of how to make necklaces out of stones they found on the ground and carving up stones and different things. And then to see my mom impart wisdom with gardening and other things. And Chloe was just telling me today about the specific way that I have to water, and I didn't even know that. We've been going on slug hunts every morning as well because the slugs are just destroying the garden right now. But anyways, just such a special time, and I just wanted to kind of capture that for our own memories. But anyways, with that, thank you so much for being here. Super appreciate your support, and we will see you in our next video.